Oh man, Woody likes the crooked cock.
But okay, sorry, go ahead, Woody.
So I don't really have my thumb on the pulse of like which platforms are great and great at different things. And Chiz just says YouTube sucks. Like he seems to hate it for everything. It's the worst live stream.
Who says that?
Our manager, Dr. Chiz.
Okay.
So, what do you think? Is YouTube suck for live streaming? Is that a problem? Like, is he right?
So the big problem right now is discovery, and that's where are you going to go to grow your platform. So YouTube streaming just does not have a big viewer base. There just aren't a lot of people there. Like when I stream on YouTube, I'm like the largest or second largest streamer, which for me is not good. I don't want to be the biggest fish in the pond. I want to be able to accrue new viewers, you know? Whereas on Twitch, I should be able to do this quick.
YouTube is pitching streamers to me all the time that I haven't heard of. There's like a whole section of people that are live at the time, and you don't have to be giant. Like some of these guys have 100 people watching them, 54 people watching them, and they're getting on my feed somehow. So
but that's like the scare, right? Is that when I go to like, I don't even know how to fucking bring it up. This is another problem. Like if I were to list like all of the live streams on YouTube, like a lot of these streams have like a couple hundred viewers. Like it's really rare to find like 4-figure viewers on YouTube. Like most of the people, and I don't know if it's just a matter of YouTube doesn't promote the streams enough to their own people, but there's a problem with getting and also it's a different type of audience. The type of people that watch YouTube videos don't necessarily watch streams, you know? If you look at somebody like PewDiePie, when PewDiePie streams on Twitch, he only gets like 25,000 viewers, which sounds like a lot, but he's got like 60 fucking million subscribers. Yeah. Our conversion is in fractions of a percent here from engaging users that subscribe on our YouTube. So I think there's a fundamental difference in viewer as well. So I don't know if like I would consider that whole YouTube audience as being convertible or engageable, I guess, in a live stream.
Maybe it depends on where you are at the moment, right? Like you're a long-term Twitch streamer, an established person, so switching is really hard for you. But if you were trying to break into streaming for the first time, maybe YouTube's an easier nut to crack. Just thinking.
Well, this is like the eternal pros and cons that you have to weigh as a content creator. Maybe I want to get started in streaming, so I go to Mixer because I don't have to compete with as many people. But let's say I go to Mixer and I get viral and something blows up there. How many people on Mixer are going to see it? A couple hundred? But if I do something big on Twitch and I blow up, wow, I'm Dr. Disrespect now. I'm literally a multimillionaire, you know, because the pond is so much bigger. So for somebody like of your size, I mean, firstly, I don't know what your manager tells you, but you shouldn't be streaming for free anywhere, right? You guys should be writing deals or something if you want to stream on any platform, because you definitely have the leverage to do it, I would say. But like if you stream on Twitch, that's like a whole new pool that you can kind of dip into for viewers that might not necessarily know who you are. Whereas when you stream on YouTube, you know, your subscribers already know who you are, and then you're already going to be fucking massive. How many new viewers can you pick up on YouTube streaming as opposed to Twitch, where people actually go to Twitch to like watch games and whatnot?
I don't know if we'd survive on Twitch.
Yeah.
In this current day, probably not.
Not what we do here. No, not.
Yeah. But YouTube is like the Wild West more, right? Like, they let Ice Poseidon do whatever he wants.
But this is how it works, right? Is what you do is in the beginning, your standards are down here because you don't give a fuck because you're just trying to drive viewers to the platform. But once you build up a core viewer base and then you start to pull in more advertisers and you want your company to become profitable and you've got something to lose, then you slowly start to excise that content that made you in the beginning, right? I was the largest streamer on Twitch for over a year back when I was starting. And the content that I did, Jesus fucking Christ, would absolutely get me instantly fucking banned. You know, some of my most popular videos, I got one called like the Baneling rape analogy, where like I show you how to use StarCraft units and it's kind of like raping a girl. You like grab her around the front using your Zerglings and make us like these are like videos like over 1 million views, right? It's like massive videos. Or like this is how I lure people out of their base. I use an overlord and I call it a retard magnet because every time you bring it over here, they bring their whole army out to kill it, and then it's like trapping a retard. Like there's stuff that I did in the early days of Twitch that like I would be instantly banned today for doing it. And I feel like YouTube will probably go the same way. People might not want to believe it now, but like I would put money that YouTube lets Ice Poseidon and shit on now. But if I were to go to YouTube Live and there were millions and millions of unique concurrent viewers there, I think they would severely curb back that Ice Poseidon shit because now they don't need him to drive viewership to the platform. Now it's more organic.
Yeah, that does make sense. Are you kind of scared of like the, you know, restrictions increasing and increasing and increasing to where you're going to feel like, well, now I am just going to have to sit here and play video games. I can't inject my personality or my humor into what I'm doing. Like that would really kind of shit on the fun. And
yeah, well, for me, I mean, I've had to completely revamp the way that I approach things because like I was very fucking edgy. Like I had a sponsorship with Dollar Shave Club, and at the end of league games, sometimes I would tell people to visit my website and get like a sponsored razor to slit their like necks with and shit. So like I was like shit that was not So I've had to completely revamp it. But this is what you do: you adapt or die, right? In some ways, it does suck. In other ways, I can kind of understand it. You know, like I don't necessarily want like Ice Poseidon's fan base going all over this platform because some of them are incredibly toxic. Like it's kind of a give and take. I don't know like what the appropriate balance is between like SJW versus like absolute freedom of speech or whatnot.
I watched a short video where you and Ice were physically together talking, and he was asking you something like, what do you see in my future as I continue to do this? And this was like 6-7 months ago, I think.
You gotta use the accent.
And you said, hey, I think eventually something's going to happen that you can't come back from. And you're going to like totally be changed and it'll ruin it for you. Like, given how much bigger he's gotten, even in the last few months, have you seen something that you think kind of qualifies for what you're talking about in regard to Ice?
I think it's going to be something like either severe injury to him or somebody dying around him. Something extreme like that is going to be something that's going to be really hard.
Did you say severe injury?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
like
not how I
someone's going to get shot or tased, or like the police encounter will go wrong.
Something like not something like tased, but like something really bad, like stabbed by somebody or somebody around him, because he's got some pretty crazy people around him.
Here's my prediction: like if something were going to happen, I think rape is at the top of the list. Like some fangirl comes to like visit Ice Poseidon, and one of the degenerates that hangs out. I think Ice is the nicest guy among the group. He's the most relatable, but some of the guys that hang around him are clearly like dangerous people, and you wouldn't like trust them with like, I don't know, your sister. You know, you wouldn't want them to be left alone in a room with them. I could totally see
that goes
like,
for Ice in my case too. I don't have a sister. I could totally
see. Well, I don't want her to get AIDS, so I wouldn't leave her with Ice. But you know, if it were just, I definitely wouldn't leave her with Mexican Andy because he might literally rape her. I think that's about as likely as anything. And yeah, I see violence on there all the time. Now, how much of it is scripted and how much of it is real is kind of hard to say sometimes.
As somebody that knows Paul in real life, this idea that they script content is hilarious. These streamers in general are incredibly fucking lazy people. The idea that they would take the time to plot out even a basic script is hilarious.
I'm using scripted very loosely. What I mean is just what I really mean is fake, but fake is kind of a nasty word on the internet.
Sure. I think that most of the reactions, I think, are sincere. Like, when you're a streamer, it's really hard to fake anything because every aspect of your life is public, literally every fucking minute of your life. Every text you send might get leaked. All of your postings to social. It's not like the Hampton Brandon guy. It's not like this guy's a total dick on Ice's stream, and then he's posting, like, here I am today walking puppies for the elderly, on my Instagram that I do every Sunday, and then later on we're going to stream from the soup kitchen, right? These are people that in every aspect of their life, on their YouTube channels, on their Instagrams, on their Twitters, and then when they're on other people's streams, their own streams or Ice's stream, act pretty much the same way. I feel like I kind of have to Occam's razor this, and it's like the simplest solution is probably the correct one. They're probably actually like this most of the time, Mm-hmm. Maybe they turn it up a little for stream, which some people probably
I'm sure
do.
They ham it up.
Yeah, but I don't think it's too far from reality.
We had Ice on a while back.
Twice.
And, twice, a couple times. And, very entertaining, funny guy. Yeah. But we, Kyle, I think it was Kyle and I were more convinced, after the first episode, him talking about how, he can't do, Jesus Christ, sorry about that. But him saying I only shower once every, 3 days, and I only brush my teeth once a week. We were after the show, he doesn't actually do that. He's hamming it up. I don't buy that for a second.
Yeah, probably,
and then
sure.
As more stuff has come out, the more I'm like, well, shit.
I'm sure some stuff is hammed up a little bit.
We've never seen him brush his teeth.
No, he does not.
If you go to his apartment, it's a dirty place. The stuff off camera is dirty. It's not like it's just here's the set, where we LOL have cake smeared on the wall. It's here's the fucking kitchen with I know that this is a fresh colony of flies that have infested. And I don't know if
they
this
were
is ever
born
even
here.
On stream. Yeah, these guys could trace their genealogy back through generations in this apartment. I don't think that this is a scripted thing. That in season 7 they're gonna bring in Attack of the Fly family or some shit.
Okay, so how many times have you been to his place physically?
His new place just once, and then I've visited him in the past, I think, before. So
Ice does a thing to establish trust where you shake each other's penises, like a handshake. I assume.
I don't shake penises with anyone. I missed the second part of that.
I just assumed that you were on a connected level with him. That's all.
Oh, I mean, I really like. Well, should I say I really like Paul? I like Paul. He's a cool dude. But the type of content he does is not at all the type of content that I do, and the type of fans that he have are not at all the type of fans that I want. So like, I don't mind like interacting with him on a stream and whatnot, but I would never want to like live there and be a part of that.
I ended on that note. I love the wordplay.
That was the best shit I've ever heard.